Okay, I'm going to start going over the point and figure for the indexes. So first we'll take a look at the YM, which is the Dow futures. That's the base right there. It's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It's 15. Should be one more. It's 15 when you count across. And the effect 5, 6. Okay, so the cause is yielding its effect. That's from this stepping stone count over here. And that was the breakout. That right there was the breakout. This is also an annoying tool. Anyway, so basically you want to be careful on the indexes now. They're very bullish, they're very strong, etc. But I'll show you over here. Let's go to the YM futures first. This is pure strength. Okay. Now this is pure strength. Again, it's giving buy signals that are working. Again, buy signal that are working. This was actually a spring, so I want to see if it climaxes. What happens, but you just want to be careful because it's rally after rally after rally after rally without correction, and we're at a point. So I'm interested in knowing what is the volume, cumulative volume in this rally over here. But if it continues higher, what you'll see is an overbought signal. That overbought signal is really the climax of the move. So I'm waiting for that. I think it's gonna, I don't know how close we are to it, but we'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 already. Something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9. Whoa. And then get a pullback. So we'll see how strong this is. There's a lot of volume here. You can't really say anything until it happens. Let's take a look at the higher time frame. Otherwise, every pullback is a buy. I think this had some good volume on it. This is pure strength. 1 bar pullback, 1 bar pullback. It's really, there's no evidence of supply. However, the figure chart is telling us, be careful. Objectives have been reached. Now, does that mean, you take a short position? Hell no. Do not take a short position. There's a lot of quote-unquote professionals. I've seen so many, claiming to have 20, 30 years experience that have been trying to short this market for the last 3 or 4 years because of, premium or something like that. So be very careful of trying to put on the short position. Just, forget. There's a very strong urge to try to catch the top, and one of the biggest mistakes is, when the point and figure target is reached, People think that that's the target and it's going to reverse. It's not true. A point and figure target is a potential area where you may or may not want to take profits if you're long. And if anything, if it continues to go, you use a bigger base. So never go from bullish to bearish because it's reached a price objective. Reaching price objective is meaningless. It can continue to go higher and higher and higher. So it's just a potential target, a potential price objective. There's no reason to short this market. Zero. And if you're trying to catch the tops, note that a lot of these guys that have been trying to catch the tops, they've had their head handed to them. And it doesn't really matter how many years experience, etc. They're still making the same errors, which is trying to buck the trend of a runaway market with extreme amount of greed. There's no such thing as overbought, not in this market, under these conditions. Let's take a look at ES. The ES wow. Yeah, this is also a little bit the effect off of this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. The effect actually projects higher if you take it off this level. However, please note the other way to do it is to take it off the low. If you take it off the low, it comes right to where it is now. So, we're already at a point, or at least in an area, where the objective has been reached. The final objective, you could also take is probably off this level here, 15, 3, 4, 5, and this is also topping out. So be very careful with these markets because on one hand they've reached their price objectives. On the other hand, there is no evidence of weakness whatsoever. On the contrary, it's pure strength. And every pullback has been working. Every one. I'll give you an example. Here, off of the buy signal worked. Here, with the stop below here, you could buy here on the test, or here on the test, below the low. It worked. Buy signal here, right on top of the buy signal. It worked. Buy signal here. This was a spring, but I know fairly, I know I should put the stop below here. They do this, so if you're experienced with this, you already know where to put the stop. So this in my book is actually working. This right here, test and go. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 trades in a row on the same trend are working and they are so easy. There's no volatility. There's no fear whatsoever. It's just up, come down, make sure you put the stop in the right position and the entry order get filled and it goes. So these trades, they're working like this. It is a very good sign. And even this trade is very high probability that it's going to work. Why? Well, first of all, it's a spring. Second of all, there's very strong buying from this area. So when it comes down, people will just buy this area, because those who are using volume based whatever, are looking for clusters of orders. Over here there's a heavy cluster of buy orders, as indicated by the volume at the lower pane. So there's heavy volume buying and continued buying and a breakout. So this pullback will be defended, or at least there's very high probability that this pullback will be defended due to the aggressive buying, and people are watching these levels no matter what tool they use, whether they use a Wyckoff tool or a market profile volume, what's it called? Volume profile, yeah. Volume profile or whatever. This area, their orders are going to be resting limit orders in this area. And it's a spring. So look for the test of the spring. So be careful shorting, and it's a pullback buyer's market until it breaks. Alright, besides that, let's take a look at which complexes are really, making money. So as you can see, index is all green on the daily and the weekly chart. I'm looking at the upper right hand corner with the market analyzer. So as you can see, the index is green. Treasuries on the daily chart, they're bearish, but the bonds and the notes are actually bullish on the weekly chart. So in this case, you just have to be careful of the weekly levels that the weekly players are going to trade off of. And also note that you may be counter trending. So in those cases, it's fine to do that, but you just have to know, if you're going to be in and out during the day versus holding a position where you can get in trouble. So the energy market is a little confusing, but crude oil is bullish on both time frames. So let's take a look at bullish at the buy signal in crude. Yeah, it should work. So this is a potential spring. On the higher time frame, it's springing, breaking out with high volume, follow through, going to resistance area. Now it's pulling back. I think this is a good trade right here. It should be 51. What the hell is 51? I can't really see. Around 51.40. There should be buyers there, because it's a breakout and all of that. It's a breakout, and it has good follow through. I'm not too crazy about the volume on the rallies though, but on the pullback it was defended. Anyway, so the metals complex, platinum, copper, this thing is on crack. I don't know what's going on here, but I think the Chinese are buying. Based out and then flew. And this is so bullish, it's not even giving pullback opportunities, at least not on the higher time frame. Let's take a look at the yeah, there was pullback opportunity right off of this demand area. You just have to be intelligent about where you keep your orders. If you put it here, you got sprung. Rally test. Whoa, what the hell? Look at this. Yeah, that's climactic up there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So overbought. I think there's a correction looming. Well, I forgot what I used in this. It's a very nice base. Very, very nice base off of copper. Take it off of this level here. 26. Geez, I wish I knew about this base. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 20. This is 22 already, so if it's gonna go, it has about 4 points more. So that's one way of doing the figure, and the other way is to do it from the bottom. If you do it from the bottom, 1, 2, 3, the count is basically completed. 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4. Count. So off of this base, if you're taking it off, you could the level of the base or the extreme low. Both styles are used. Both styles are used. I think it's hit its target. It looks like it hit its target. So we'll see what happens with copper, if it's ready for a reaction or not. But some of the factors are something about China and also scarcity in copper. Those are the bullish factors about global economic strength, so on and so forth. China demand and tighter copper supplies, and obviously, I think that's about it. Okay, so that's all. All right, thank you. Adios.